Okay. And we're okay. Sounds good. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Utica Curling Club. This evening we are broadcasting live the 2019 Kings Cup Final. Okay. This is our Friday night mixed event. And this evening the teams will be the rink of Karen Barnes, and actually Liz Cato is going to be subbing for Karen Barnes this evening because she is in Arizona curling. Jim Schaefer is the third. Amelia Mastrangelo is the second, and Tony Campagna is the Tony is second. Sorry, Ray Straub is actually playing lead tonight. Okay, I got some notes in front of me here that are a little unclear. Apologize for that. Against the rink of John Darch, who came back to curl a few years ago with Plate Glass Plus curlers. John liked Friday night so much that he's a full paying member now, and he is in the finals. Marina Taverne is his third, and Frank Kopit is the second, and Shirley Marsh is the lead. So hope you sit back and enjoy with us. Tim Conboy in the broadcast booth with me this evening.
Hello, David.
Hey, happy to have you, Tim.
Thank you.
The teams are on the ice, and we're just about poised to go here. We've got some other events going on tonight. We've got the event 2, second event, third event, fourth, fifth, and sixth. We'll give you verbal updates on those as things open up. We'll get started here first, and we'll get down to that. Just had a lovely meal in the Utica Curling Club. We've been blessed for the last 10 years to have the presence of Dickie Rose and his staff back there providing us with absolute fabulous food. And Dickie's moving on to other things, and we're going to not have him after this. And it's a real sad time, certainly for us at the Utica Curling Club, to have been blessed to have him. Best wishes to he and his staff. And this is Ray Straub with the opening shot of the evening here. I don't curl on Friday nights, so some of the people that I'm seeing I've seen before, but I'm not familiar with their with how long they've been in the club and stuff.
I think a large number of these are what we're calling the first-year curlers. They come in with our Olympic tryouts in February.
Okay.
And this is the end of their first full year.
Okay, great.
And most of them are curling very, very well.
Looks like Marina Taverne is going to skip the game this evening, and John Darch is going to play third. This would be Shirley Marsh. It's her first throw of the evening. So two good lady skips tonight. Both Liz Cato and Marina Taverne, both very capable skips.
Looks like that's going to stick around.
May stick around in the back 12 here. Good call, Tim. So a biter back there for the team without Hack here at the start. This is the rink of Karen Barnes, but tonight we're going to call it the rink of Marina Taverne. Kind of a shame for Karen to have got all this way and not able to skip in the final game. I know that would eat at my heartstrings if it was me.
I think she's out of town curling.
Yeah, she's in there. It looks like Arizona. I didn't know they had curling in Arizona.
I think in Phoenix they do.
Okay, very cool.
Certainly not outside curling.
It's hard to get them to slide in 75 this time of the year, 80-degree heat, 75, 80. And now Amelia Mastrangelo. Hope I'm pronouncing. Sounds like I'm pronouncing that right. I'm an Italian boy myself, but I'll try to pronounce it Mastrangelo. It sounds like the right pronunciation.
It does sound right. Some of them I wasn't too sure about either.
Relatively new curler.
I think this might be her second year.
I think you're right. And it says here in my little skinny in front of me that she's got a bad knee. And Tony Campagna was actually on standby for her, but she's going to give it a go. And she just threw a beautiful draw here with her first rock. So I think we're going to keep her right in the 2-hole.
Yeah, it's going to be very buried right behind the guard.
Always nice to start the game off with one of those. Frank Kopit now, he's is a new curler, and boy, is he having fun. Every time I see this guy on the ice, he's got a smile on his face, and he's just so upbeat, and I expect that he's going to be a curler for a long time, and his game has come right along too.
He said he's loving it. He's having a.
Isn't that great to hear?
Yes, it is. He's had a smile on his face every time you see him curling.
Yeah, it's very true.
There's a number of them that are sorry to see the season ending.
It's fact.
I think they were trying to come around that guard to freeze on the blue. They did not.
Opened it up, left a little port there to get down to that blue stone. Liz will play the lesser of the difficult, the easier shot here.
Looks to be maybe a little heavy.
I was just going to ask you, that line looks real good, but it's definitely toasty. Toasty. It's going to go through. Unfortunate there for her. Kind of a hack weight shot.
Yeah, the line was beautiful, though.
Yes, it was. Now Frank will get another chance here at his draw. Front end thinks it's light.
So yellow has hammer this end, correct?
Yes, they do.
So is there any thought about why they didn't take out that top yellow?
Not the way the game is played at this level. Agreed totally, wholeheartedly. In the boys' leagues, we were probably peeling that one out of the way or trying to come through. And if you get rid of those two corner guards, it's fine. He just threw a center guard. So there's two guards up, and this is certainly favorable for the blue team at this point.
Right, with one already in scoring.
Sure.
And one biting at this point.
Guards are up. This is one you want to put right on the top of the forefoot. Jim Schaefer with his first stone of our championship game here.
It is funny watching the different strategies employed by different skips. Different between sometimes the men's leagues and the women's leagues and the mixed leagues.
Very true. I can't say, and I was having this kind of exact conversation the other night with a couple of old shark curlers in our curling club, that you very seldom see mixed curling and or lady curling specifically where they bust the front end open in this situation. And it's going to just further junk the front end up here now.
I think, too, a lot of that depends on who's on the team and
yeah.
the skip playing to their team strengths.
For sure.
If you've got people that can throw a takeout, they're going to be apt to clear it. And if you have people that can't, you've got to try and finish your way in.
Absolutely well said. Yep, I agree. Marina's going to look at cranking the front end open here, I believe. Yeah.
As you know, sometimes what you want to do and what ends up happening are two different things.
Very, very true. At the level we play quite frequently. I've always said at our level, depending on when the shots occur, that 50% curling wins curling games at our level. If your team curls 50%, you usually have a pretty good outcome.
It looks like they're going to go for a raise. The weight looks like just enough to hit the blue. Raise the yellow in.
Over curling.
Over curl a little bit, though.
Yeah.
Huh?
She might have got one to count the other blue one, and in fact she did.
I think she would have been better off hitting the one to the left of the center line.
Yep.
This is the last time. I'm not doing any more.
Liz is going to go ahead and attempt to have Jim cover up shot rock here.
I don't know how it curls inside out here. That's a pretty tight broom. Well, that's not takeout weight.
No, he's just trying to plug up the middle here.
He is. Okay.
Yeah, just trying to take shot rock away. Looks like he's got a real good stone here as far as the guard goes. Perfect.
Okay, I thought he was trying to take out that yellow.
No, I think he was just giving some shelter to the shot rock there. Yep. Now what? If you're Marina.
Well, you want to get rid of something there. It's covering up. You have to get rid of
Sure,
something.
I'm okay with trying to run this back. Why not? Got to throw a little weight here. If he was trying to push the front end open with his previous one, it wasn't quite enough weight, so he's got to throw. He threw some more weight here, which is good. Don't want this to over curl and knock your yellow one off the rings, which it actually looks like it's going to be on the top one. No, it got by. It's going to run it onto the yellow one, unfortunately. And it's still outcounted the second blue one, so it wasn't a horrible outcome.
Well,
and it opened up shot rock.
It did.
Yeah.
It was a good result.
Yeah. You could be 1 and 2 Christmas tree these. And what I mean by the Christmas tree shot would be to come down and set a rock, second stone, right about there. That will.
Just leave a little bit of the right hand part of the stone peeking out, so if they hit, they roll out.
MJ. To make a raise tap up on the outside of one of our own yellow rocks here. Thank you. MJ Walsh, the saver of the evening here.
It's going to over curl, I believe. It's going to hit the blue.
Might tap the blue one up on for second rock. Not quite. Okay. So we had a little glitch there in the broadcast, but we are back. As you folks can now see all the rocks that are down at the other end. I think everything's in play. I'm pretty sure every rock's in play. Yes, every rock is in play. These make for fun curling games when there's a lot of stones in play.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of possibilities.
Sure. Looks like she's going to go ahead and hit this rock and sit 3.
Liz has been curling for a long time.
Yes, she has. I remember when Liz was curling in Little Rockers, and Bill Morehouse and I were helping out with Little Rockers, and she was throwing the little kid stones over there. Now certainly regarded as among one of the best lady curlers in the club. Certainly very pleasant to be around. She and I and her husband Justin have curled together before in mixed events a while back, before they were married.
Well, that's still, they're now starting to curl now.
Going to get a nice roll out of this too.
Yes, she is.
And that's about a beautiful curling shot.
Right behind the other blue.
Yep, very nicely thrown. So I believe we're down to the last rock of the end here. And Marina's in a little trouble early here.
Can you show the house the way it looks like down there?
Sure.
Without freezing us up again?
So here's what we're up against if you're Marina. Blue sitting 1, 2, and 3. She could draw down into here to cut down to 2, and if she, not sure if she gets to here, if she's cuts them to 1, so she's going to try and draw one in here to cut her down to 2. And that's what it looks like from her vantage point.
Now she's going back over, maybe looking at the rays here on the left-hand side.
Yeah, the shot in the middle, if she just hits it off nose and taps it up, could be the same one.
No.
Talked herself out of it, I
John
think.
never moved. It's called the prevent defense.
Indeed. A lot of rocks in play here. Sometimes giving up 2 is not a bad thing early in the game here. You want to drop a 3 if you can help it.
Well, if you're going to give up points early in the game, it's the time to do it.
You got that right.
I just watched the sweepers for Marina switch sides there, so they're looking for a little directional sweeping preparation.
Mm-hmm. It's like a lot of weight. Ton of weight. Yeah, this is going to go right by everything. Now, this is going to be a steal of 3 here for Liz Cato.
I think Marina thought that was going to buckle a little bit more because they were calling for a sweep, and they really cleared with plenty of room.
So a 3-0 advantage after 1 for Team Cato. No need to panic here if you're Marina. Don't have to get them all back at once, and like Tim just mentioned, you know, you don't to get a big end early in the game. Sometimes you keep it, adding to it can really make for a messy curling game. But right now, Marina's just got to keep herself together here and just try to play for 2. Get her corner guards up here, regardless of where Liz goes.
Looks like it might be a little heavy. Probably going to come in.
Boy, I don't know. It's really checking up.
I guess it is.
Beautiful shot.
Bad call by myself.
No, just fooled me too. I thought it was on the rings for sure when he let it go. Got out in a little frosty stuff. We haven't thrown many down that path. And I like this call from Marina. You know, at a very high level of curling, you might want to set your corners up at the level we play at. If you don't do that, the blue team's going to come around, and then you're scrambling. The end is behind you. You got to let this come out the other side here.
And this is the alternative. So if the
Corner
person's
guard?
narrow,
Yeah.
they might end up with a corner guard or come into the T line.
Yep.
Especially if they tend to be a little light.
It's a little heavy though. Sure doesn't need any sweeping. May go through the rings here if Liz
Well, I think
can
that's
get a
gonna
broom
stay
on
right
it.
there.
Okay. Not a bad outcome. Probably won't win the end, but it's a counter for yellow.
Well, the ones on the outside sometimes they don't win the end, but sometimes they increase the score.
Boy, you got that right.
You go from what could be 2 to 4.
Yep. Those old little biters hanging around, boys. They can make a perfectly end where you should at least scramble to get your 1 to dropping 4. Looks like he's got a little more weight on this one. Nicely thrown, though. Back house. I'll tell you what, they fooled me too. This T-line. Back 4, very nicely thrown. Ray Straub. Sign that guy up. Very nicely thrown, Ray.
Now again, this is an interesting one I always look at. Do you follow it down or do you come down the other way because that's the side that's exposed?
Yeah, yes is your answer to that. You could do either or. You know, you could chip the stone out of the way this way too if you're tight. I might like coming the other way there, the other way.
This way you've got to follow it down either to freeze to it if that's the idea.
Yep. You're actually going to tap this one up, unfortunately.
If it came the other way, you could tap it.
Might freeze it right on the blue one. And if she can get that off the rings, that's going to go back. And in fact, that's the case. So that rock's got to go back. Free guard zone being 5 rock now.
Yeah, again, that one's always puzzled me because when you're looking at that, I guess it depends on what you want to do, though. If you come down the other side, you can easily tap, I'm going to say easily,
Right.
but you can more easily tap the blue.
I agree.
Then come all the way around.
And that same particular shot, if she was a little wide, she might have just chipped the blue one out of the way without actually taking it through the rings with that kind of weight. You could almost sweep for a chip, you know, if it's not going to be on the shot rock. All little nuances of the game that take some, you know, experience and know-how of how to call those shots that aren't the called shots.
Of course, coming the way she called it, though, you could have come down, froze to it, or even been a little bit above it, and still been under cover, so it would have been a great shot.
Definitely.
It all depends on which one you make.
Yep. A lot of weight here.
Actually, a little tick off the blue.
Got to hit something and roll to the yellow one, maybe.
That's going to work out.
Worked out pretty good for Liz.
Now this again is one of those where you say you don't want to play behind the T line, but at this point,
Right.
you have to play behind the T line.
That's right. You got backers here. If you're a little heavy and you freeze to something, that's fine, because you take them both out of the play. If you freeze to either one of them, at this point, free guard zone's over. If you chip the blue one out of the way, you might be better off. So
Well, she called a takeout on this one. If it hits on the inside, she may get a.
what you don't want to do is go between the two of them. Boy,
That's gonna be
got them
nice.
both.
It's gonna be
Frank
nice.
Kopit with a beauty.
Yep.
That's a great shot there from Frank. Changed the whole complexion of the end. Nice throw, well called there by Marina.
And there's good weight on Frank's shot.
Perfect. Yeah, you don't need big weight when stones are close together like that. You just got to hit it in the right place.
And ideally, you want to get the blues right out, but they're far enough out now where they might not count.
Yeah, and this is not a gimme to get this off the 4-foot either. Looks like Amelia's got a good rock here. A little wide, maybe. It's coming, though. Line's getting better. Line is getting better. It's going to make contact with it. And wind up shot rock.
Nope.
Maybe. Nope. Just nudged it over. Actually pushed it behind the guard a little better. What do you want to do here now, Tim?
Well, you put top 4.
She laid the groundwork out for us on that one.
Yeah.
Definitely want to be top 4 with a hammer here. Right behind the blue one. Don't want to be behind the tee line here. Even if you're short in the 8 foot, short in the 12 foot, it's okay. I'd like to be out counting 1 and 2, but. This is a real good looking shot if it gets by. If it's by, it's money. Just rubbed off it. And not in a bad spot.
Did leave a little, I think there's a port. Very narrow port.
Yeah, tough. And she's going to opt for the easier shot, which would be the draw. Could spoil the whole end here by putting one on the pot.
Again, not having hammer, sometimes you just want to put it.
I think this is the feed right here, right? Yeah.
There's nobody in the chat room. It doesn't matter. It's the only reason you have to.
Jim Schaefer looking to put one right on the pot here. The line looks tight to me.
A little too light to make it by.
Yeah. Really came up hard on him.
But it does open it up.
Yep.
I'm sure Marina's going to.
Now they got to play some protection here. Yep. Little Christmas tree shot here. So the ideal shot for Yellowstone right now would be to come down in here and just show about half a rock right there. It's half behind the blue to make this run back more difficult for Liz. Whoops. Oh boy, what did I do? Yep. Right there. I hit the wrong button.
Click on tap up there.
Right here?
Yep.
Okay, that's good. Got it. You can. Okay. It looks like we got a good shot coming here from John Darch. Oh, this is a beauty. They're going to sit 1 and 2, exactly the shot that we called here. Not too far, not too far.
Nope, still
Want to leave it open.
Still exposed.
Yep.
They brought it in for second shot, but they
So our near house looks like that. Ideally, you would have liked to left that Yellowstone right about there, so it was not quite edge on edge with that blue stone. There's still room for Liz to come around and get one right on the pot.
And not having hammer, you don't necessarily need to score. You just need to prevent them from scoring.
Correct.
So a freeze would be a beautiful shot.
True.
That looks pretty wide coming down.
Sure does. Could play the tap back on this rock and might do it the hard way here with a run with a tap up. Oh, this is going to work out. Oh, you have no idea what. You talk about a good miss, Schaefer. We're going to give you a A+ for a miss, and for Liz recognizing that early and making the old plan B. That's part of curling.
But she did. She saw that right off, and when you commit, you got to commit to that.
Yes, indeed. I played with Bill Sewell a long time, and Bill Sewell, a long-time member of the Utica Curling Club, is masterful at noticing those shots. I've curled with him and against him long enough to know that sometimes the way we play, we don't always have those made shots, so you got to figure what to do with the stone if, in fact, you can make an alternative. It's a big part of the game.
Well, if you think about those ahead of time, too, the problem is once you commit to it, you got to stay with it.
That's right.
Because if she'd started to commit to that one and didn't,
yeah,
it would have missed them both.
John had good weight here, but he was a little tight to the broom. So unfortunately, he's not going to make the achieved shot there. And Liz has pretty much got a guard here. going to err on the side of a guard here. I'm not sure. She could corner freeze the yellow rock would be a good shot too. So again, near house, blue is shot rock here. If Liz sets one right there, it might take both of these shots away. If she corner freezes to this rock, it's probably perfect. So there's a lot of ways of making this shot. What you don't want to do is be heavy and chip into here and roll and leave this shot open.
Again, you call the guard, and then you sweep it to where it's going to end up, or you
Right.
want it to end up once it gets down here.
Yeah. Just looking for top of the house. Foot off the rings or so will be fine. It's got plenty of weight for the guard. Looks like it's going to be a perfect corner freeze on this one here on the left.
Might actually come right in.
Oh, it's just
it is gonna
right.
be right in that corner.
That is just perfect. Don't get much better than that. We still have a raise on that yellow rock that Marina just pointed her broom at. Yep, she's going to try a tap up. So what she's looking to do is to come down with her shooter, hit this rock about just off the nose, inch or so, and direct it right back into the promised land, right about there. Really just back of the house weight is enough weight to do this. She's giving herself a couple feet of ice, so it's got to have, you can't throw big weight on it. This is why the skips get the big bucks, Tim.
That's right.
You got to make these shots once in a while when you're playing at the level we play it at. Every week I've managed to try to not throw these shots, but you know, I've got to come up a little bit more.
Boy, that's growing quite a bit.
Overswept it just a little bit.
Oh, maybe not. Oh,
Yep. Just might chip it off. That's a great shot. Didn't need to be swept, unfortunately. Didn't need to be swept. Came up just a little bit more, it would have directed it right onto it. Blue still shooting shot rock.
And we got another little hole they want to plug here.
Yes. Not sure what a good guard here. I'm not sure Marina has anything to throw at. What she should do is try to take that raise away. Guess you could just tick that yellow guard up there and get it directed in, but good center guard here is going to prevent that.
Yeah, it looks like it's behind the blue enough from my angle that you couldn't get over because you'd have to hit to the right of nose as the camera's looking at it.
Sure. Just got a great looking shot here.
Can't tell with them in the way. It might come right in.
It's going to corner freeze the other blue one, so now what? No room to come through there. You got a blue, you got a blue-yellow raise way out on the left. Boop, boop. Other than that, I'm not sure she's got anything else.
So these are sometimes where you look at it and say, okay, what could I throw that might get something and I can't hurt myself with?
True.
That's what she's looking at.
Nothing there.
Could have bet $1,000 and you wouldn't have.
Actually, there is. She could just tick it and move it. I'll count the blue one. So what she's looking at, this is a difficult shot. John's kind of in the way here a little bit. So what she's looking to raise this blue one and just direct it onto the yellow one and nudge the yellow one into to outcounting this blue one right here. That's kind of all she's got there. I thought about this. Boom, boom. There's plenty of room to do that also. And you don't hurt yourself either. Neither shot, there's neither big risk in either shot. Oh, yeah. True. I think you take this one out. One of the people behind me here, Carol Jones, just pointed out, if you go here with some weight, you take the blue one out. You might lose this one and sit 3. It's a good chance. Yeah, that's agreed. Last rock of the second end. Blue sitting 1 ahead 3-0 at this point. This is a real tough shot. Gotta go. Gotta go. Might do it with the blue rock. Might do it with the blue one. Oh, it just got, oh boy. Had to stay right on it.
Be 1 blue.
Yeah, steal of 1. And a 4-0 lead after 2 for Team Cato. On to the third end here. See if Marina can dig her way out of a 4-point hole here.
Yeah. That'll take time.
It kind of skittered sideways there.
Yeah, it did. More of a corner guard. Got it close to the rings, though. Nice weight here that Ray's throwing with his lead stones here for Team Cato. Really Team Barnes. We are saying Team Cato, but it is the Karen Barnes rink. She's just not here. Nice useful stone here.
Boy, they're carrying that a long
from
way,
Shirley
too.
Marshall. Absolutely, you're right too.
Yeah. Frank is a sweeper.
Mm-hmm.
Says he likes it too.
Yeah, amen.
Keep him around for a while.
Starting to get motorcycle fever here now. Had a nice day today. I was in my office and I heard a couple of Harleys rumble by while I was doing massage this afternoon. Sounded good.
A lot of snow melted today.
Yes, it did. Real nice weight here from Ray. Nice touch. Looks like he's going to raise his own rock on the rings here. Going to get right to the nose almost too. Beautiful shot. A little deep.
Actually, it was
Back
probably good.
four,
Though. I think
yeah.
If he had made it around, it probably would have gone right through.
Yeah. Marina's going to try and draw around on the other side here. I like this call. Plenty of weight, looks like.
It's got a long way to curl.
Yeah. Hope we can rub off that blue one and stay in play. It's going to make contact with the blue one. Maybe not enough to take it out. No, that's not bad. They can get this behind that rock.
Nope.
Okay. They got a couple players, though. Blue does have 2 on the rings.
Liz is going to cover this one up.
No, he's actually playing 30. He's like Marina's.
He's going to go right through.
Whoop, Marina took a little tumble there.
She was sweeping
Seems
so
like
hard.
her feet came out from under. Now she's going to play the takeout game here. Down 4, I'm not sure that the takeout is a... I think I'd be drawing around these yellow rocks if I was down 4, but we'll see what she's got in mind for strategy here. If you leave this rock right in the open, you play tit for tat, and you're only playing for 1. You have a chance of getting 2 if you draw around the yellow rock. I tell you, this guy throws rocks the way they're supposed to be thrown. Nice control weight.
He's got it.
Right on the schnozzle. Going to make it a roll out of it, too. And Liz, she got it off the rings. Oh, yeah, it got off the rings. That's too bad. Good throw.
So still got a little blue biter up in the upper left-hand corner.
A little pesky biter that you were talking about earlier.
Doesn't matter until you count stones sometimes.
In fact.
A lot of new curlers out there as you look around. All the smiles on their face.
Yep. Good thing. Don't know that this one's going to make it. No, that's not going to make the hog line. So that's unfortunate there. Not going to happen. Big effort to try and get it there, but it didn't happen. Now Marina can ask herself if that blue rock was still in play. Made the decision for her to throw the draw here.
Right.
That's if you want to get 2.
Well, sometimes it's very hard to leave a stone there.
It is.
You have to resist the urge to.
You know, you're right, but it's really from a strategic perspective of trying to score more than 1, you have to ignore that rock.
Right.
Or freeze to it. I'm okay freezing to it,
right,
but not taking it out.
Right. Freeze is a great shot, but
yes.
It's also very difficult.
Correct.
But it's the instinct is sometimes, especially for newer curlers, which neither one of those are for skips. But
that's right.
To take it out.
10 years ago, I would have been trying to take that rock out. And then some of the, well, we got a sticker in the back there. He actually came right to the rock that was hanging around in the back.
And at this point, that is shot rock.
You know, I had a few great players over the years that I've played for when I was new at the game say to me, you know, they'd watch me call the wrong strategy, and then they'd say, we'd see it not work out and say, what went wrong there?
Right.
You know, Bill Sue used to say to me, do you see why you shouldn't have done that? Yeah, I do. And then you stop doing it. You know, it's just, but like you say, it's a trial and error game when you're skipping as well. So kind of a free shot for a draw here for Schaaf. The rings are wide open.
I did the same thing one time. I called the game, and my vice afterwards said, go up and ask, he pointed to 3 people, go ask those 3 people what you should have done. And I guarantee they'll all come up with the same answer, and it won't be what you did.
But the beauty of that is that you learn from it.
I learned from it, yes.
You know?
That was the old, you're behind by 1 or 2 in the end, guard, 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 guard.
Absolutely.
Putting one in doesn't do any good if they just take one out.
Oh, and it wound up being shot rock. Disregard and keep drawing. to disregard that rock and draw. The first person to the tee line here behind cover is going to win this end.
And those also become catchers.
Sure. And if it's opened with the last shot, bingo, you hit that for maybe a multiple.
Now again, it's funny too with some of the newer curlers, the newer skips. And I found myself, you're going to try and draw around the corners, and somebody will say, no, you don't have hammer. But you've got to hide it. So you have to play the, quote, hammer game, even though you don't have hammer.
Roger and I call that the first hog to the trough shot. You got to get one behind something. Even if it's behind the tee line, long as it's buried. Right. Then the other skip has got to draw to it. If this is by, this is going to be a dynamite shot. You got a better look at it than me. I don't think it's by. Just a little light. John, unfortunately, has been 2 ends in a row. Has been just a little light on his draws. That was a really good line. You can see that curling look of frustration on his face, sliding back to the hack. Corner guards are up, that's for sure.
First one by that, it's going to be undercover nicely.
Yep.
That looks a little light. But they're not sweeping, so I'm going to...
They heard you, Tim.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to bury. It might leave a double possibility here. Doesn't get too deep. Oh, it's coming right to it. Going to sit 1 and 2, maybe. Might bump that one out. Nope. Still have to disregard those.
That one fooled me.
She tightened up the ice just a little bit here, I think.
I thought that was light, and it wasn't.
John finessed that one a little bit, and this is going sideways on him. How's the line, Tim? You got a better look than I do.
It's by so far. Oh, it's going to be by nicely.
Heavy though.
It's going to be, yeah.
Right to the backers. And shot rock.
Oh, boy.
I think.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Excuse me.
That was one, once they were by, they had to be very careful because they almost could have overcurled and gone between them.
Yep, so yellow rock is shot rock by a little bit here on blue. Not ideal, but fortunate.
I guess it's better to have the bad shot rock than the no shot rock.
Fact. So we've had about 5 or 6 attempts at a draw behind this cover, and thus far, unable to get there. If there's a pari-mutuel window here, I would bet that Liz is going to get one behind the guards here. Oh, that's right. We don't bat in curling. I'm sorry. Unless you're up playing in Sterling with the boys this weekend. They're playing for money up there. Fun format if you've never played skip out there, folks. If you've never played skins, I'm sorry. It's a fun format. Plenty of weight if it's by.
Oh, it's clearly by.
It's going to like this one. And I'm going to the window, boys. Still open.
Yeah, still open.
Didn't finish. Hi, Mr. Dave. Now, if you're Marina, you can go after this and get a roll. You might get a double in the back and sit 2. She hits this just off nose. Just off nose. Okay, she's throwing soft weight here, kind of board, hacked board weight.
Just got to be careful you don't hit it and jam.
True. Well, I think if she hits it and jams, she'll still be
count one,
yeah, she'll still be shot. You almost got across the face to try and roll underneath the guards here. The beauty of the way the rocks are set up is that if she hits this rock just off nose, it's going to double both of those out and roll her shooter in behind. Not a lot of room. They're almost end on end. as we're looking down the sheet here. As Mike DeMeo said to me frequently in the rink this year, the biggest part of the hit and roll is the hit, and he's right. She left us out just a little. Not coming over.
It's not.
Going right by. That's unfortunate. Liz can guard up now and sit 1 and 2, or just 1. Got a guard.
I think she's looking to put it right in the top 12 there, guarding and counting his second shot.
Yep.
A lot of people out there having fun.
Yeah. It's the name of this game.
So what's nice about Friday night curling too, it's very casual.
Liz Cato now with a chance to take a big advantage to this curling game. If she can throw a good guard here, Marina's going to have to draw for her 1, and she's going to have to pretty much draw the little circle in the middle there. Great looking guard coming here.
He's calling from the sweep though.
It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Couldn't have carried it down there and set it down there any better, Tim.
I think her preferred was on the top 12 though.
Yeah, you didn't. You would have cut the rings down a little bit further. And I don't know about these raises out here. Got to draw for your 1 here, Marina. You still got a game too. If you drop another one, it's still 5 and not. Well, she's only sitting 1 right now. Is blue. You know, if she can, she's looking at the possible pick. We don't get to see that rock. It's this rock right here that she's going to try and run back here. If she takes it out and sticks, she gets 2. Let's see if we can see a better angle of it here. It's a little bit behind this one. So it looks like she's going to try and run this rock, boop, just off nose, and run it into that rock right here and sit 2. Very difficult shot. These angle raises are certainly the toughest shots. Got to hit about half a rock here.
Got to throw the perfect weight with the perfect hit.
And by half a rock, what I mean is that right there. Down weight, and it's curling up. I'm going to do the one in the middle here now, and I don't know.
Going after the third one now.
Yeah, maybe. Might have done it.
No.
Did cut her, well, almost. Didn't have quite enough weight, I don't think, to pop it back any further than it. So a steal of 1 for Liz Cato in her rink, the Karen Barnes rink tonight, and it's 5-0 after 3. You feeling like updating the scores, Tim?
I was just looking at the over on sheet 1. Got Joe Cosentino. I'm waiting for him to post the score, so we'll skip them for a minute and go to sheet 2. It's Brenda Citroniti who's subbing in for Liz Nolan. She's ahead 4-1 against John Canino, who's subbing in for John Jacon. So Liz Nolan's team's over John Jacon's. Sheet 4, they're tied after 2. Sheet 4 is Jimmy Joseph against Jerry Stevens. Sheet 5, Donna Caleo is 3-0 against Liz DiGeronimo. Sheet 6, they're tied 2-2. Jim Rischel against Mike DeMeo. Actually, Stu Card is subbing for Mike DeMeo. And sheet one we had to skip over is Joe Cosentino is 3-2 over Mark Crane, who's subbing for Dwayne Farr. A lot of subs tonight.
Yeah, there is. Thank you, Tim, very much for those updates. We'll keep you posted as things progress here. Right now, back on our first event final here. Commanding lead for Liz Cato, 5-0 over Marina Taverne.
And again, here's a game where the score doesn't reflect what's been going on.
Very true.
Because it's been a lot closer game than 5-0.
I completely agree.
But then you get stuff like this right here. Just pop one in by accident.
Yep. Ray Straub's throwing good rocks all night here. Superb. Nice touch at lead.
Yeah, looks.
She's going to try and split these if she can get a piece of it. And it's going right by.
Well, it'll still. I think that might stay in.
Nope.
Nope.
Not quite. Still in play, however.
Those are trippers.
You've got that right. If they're far, I always discuss with the other skip if I'm playing that if they're far enough off the rings and they're not going to catch a rock that might stick around, we get together and take them out of play, and that's perfectly legal to do. I've seen a few people go down real hard forgetting those are there.
Again, these are 6-on games too. I just.
Oh, they are. Okay, gotcha.
I believe they are.
Yeah. Good call, Tim. I wasn't sure if these were 8 or I know in the regular King's Cup they are 6, but thought maybe the championship games might be 8, but no, they are just 6 ends.
Well, with the amount of new curlers, they could have made it a 10-end game. And most of them would have stayed out there.
Got to get this
one's
one
going to get by.
Oh, just rubbed. It's okay. They got one counting anyway.
Is Liz going to take that out?
Oh, yeah.
She's looking down at Amelia, saying, "Look at me." Yep.
Nope, she's just going to draw down, just freeze down to it.
Well, that's sometimes, I found myself doing that with newer curlers. Mm-hmm. You call down to it, knowing that if it's a little heavy, you got your takeout.
Exactly. And actually, the freeze is not up 5. Holding Marina, trying to freeze a rock here and give Marina 1 and get the hammer back would be the intent of that, of the freeze.
Ooh, threw this one out a little bit. Oh, she missed the tick here.
Gonna come. Oh, it's coming hard.
Boy, look at that.
Gonna go behind it.
It's gonna go out. It's gonna
Freeze
right down to the
to it.
corner.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot.
That curled a ton.
Yes, it did. Got in the water safari out there.
I think originally she called a sweep to try and tick off the yellow guard.
God, it was almost a perfect freeze with no sweeping. Great shot there from Amelia.
This is one of the better sheets, 2-3. Does seem to curl nicely. We played sheet 1 the other night. It was interesting.
An adventure. More junk for Liz. Going to junk it up further.
She's going to hit that blue. Pop the yellow out.
Okay. Over the years playing with inexperienced curlers, I think I'd come the other way just because I know I'm going to hit something the other way. Here, if you're if you're wide, you may just.
It's about where she threw the last one with less weight, and it curled all the way to the middle.
This might chip the yellow. This has enough to move this yellow rock out here.
Can actually move it in.
Yeah, a lot of weight going to take it out, which is not a bad thing. Maybe. Yep. No. Looks like it's off the rings. Yep. Okay, so another chance at the draw here for Frank and Marina.
I guess I never realized Frank's a left-hander.
Yeah, he is.
First time I noticed that.
Yeah, he's got good hands too. He purposely got out a little wider on this one. Weight's real close. Oh, it backed up on him. Went the other way. Backed out, reversed handled on him. Oh, that's too bad. The weight was sweet. Liz is looking to make a raise take out here and sit 3. Just got to hit a little off nose. Anywhere to the right side of nose on this one, she'll get it.
She might lose the blue on this one.
Yep.
I mean, it's very narrow. She's going to almost have to hit the blue to get to the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's perfect. No. So now she better. Oh, it's really moving.
It's buy. It's money. It's buy.
Gonna get that.
You're gonna like this one, Shafe.
Blue.
Yeah, it's all over it.
Yes. Look at that. Left 2 of them in there.
That was dirty. It cleared the front out anyway. It opened it up though. That was a good shot from Shafe.
And the way that he was inside, a little narrow.
Yeah, they held it right
nicely.
there. Yeah.
Gonna put the other 2 blue far enough out where you almost ignore them.
Mm-hmm. And third, looks like they're 1. Looks like blue is 1, 2, and 3 to me right now. Still will be 1 and 2 with a nose hit here. I think if you're Marina, you'd like to question, you got the hammer here, you got a place to draw here, coming this way. Might want to consider the draw. I'm not sure this gets you anything. You're going to get rid of the blue one. Oh boy, it's down weight. It's making contact. I think it's going to raise the blue one up. Yep, to shot rock. Okay. Not quite enough weight.
Like you said, though, even if they'd hit nose and just driven the blue out of there, it
didn't get him much.
Didn't really.
Not if you're trying to score more than 1.
It gave him 1 for a potential raise, but it didn't really give him anything that a good draw would.
Correct.
Would have been better.
Yep.
Well, actually, I'm thinking blue is 1-3 right now.
Kind of looks like that. I think that yellow one up at the top there on the L and N of curling looks like it's out counting it. There's a lot of pesky yellow ones on the rings, however. Not sure who's out counting who for 4th and 5th rock, but might be moot if Schaaf can get one around the guard here.
You don't want to raise this yellow.
No, you don't.
That's just what he's going to do.
And open up shot rock. Wow. And somebody should be
Another.
sweeping that yellow one to try and get it under cover, but it's all good. Right where it is.
Again, when you're in the house, you're watching those come down. It's like, how do I sweep this for the least amount of damage?
Agreed.
Do I sweep it more? Do I sweep it less?
Yep. And this rock here, you can roll either way and still sit 1 and 2 if you're the yellow stones here. So something like this. So right now this is shot rock. This is the second rock. Ideally, if you're yellow, you don't want to leave it sitting there. You want to roll either that way for second rock or that way for second rock. Even if you roll all the way over here, if you're still 1 and 2, is good. If you're looking at a multiple end here. Looks like I better go. This is going to curl hard with this weight.
No, he's got,
Is he outside in there?
no, it's going to be,
Just
it's got to come over a little bit more.
okay.
He's going to get the
If
roll.
he keeps his shooter, it'd be great. And he
He
did.
get the roll.
That's a perfect spot for that rock. Great shot there from John. So now again, how many times have you seen a curling game where one shot, Schaaf was a little narrow on his, he opened it up,
Right.
and it changed the whole complexion of the end for blue.
So now Liz has got to look at how do you try and take any of these out? You come down to that yellow he gets buried?
I think you get rid of the yellow one and try and roll someplace. She could, yes, she could. She could roll. She could hit this rock right here and roll right over in between these two and be shot rock. That would be ideal. Nose hit's okay. Nose hit's fine. The only risk is if she doesn't make this and she rolls out is that these two blues could be feasibly doubled out and give yellow a big end.
Well, again, if she hits that yellow and rolls anywhere, she's still got to worry about trying to roll it to be shot.
Right. Right. This is the first end that yellow's really had a chance to sort of climb back in here. See what Liz got up her sleeve here. Oh, it's real tight. She's on the top guard, I believe.
No, she's by.
She by?
Yep.
I don't know. Oh, she made it. That's a great shot
And look at that.
for second rock. Well, no panic here now. If you're Marina, you want to draw right behind that rock that she just threw. That's what I'd be doing. Nope. Leave a double there if you throw it there. You got to come behind this blue rock where John has his broom. Or in between the blue and the yellow one, second rock. You don't want to leave it in the open where he was pointing. Nope, 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 nope. Liz will be firing a double and sit 2. Nope. And
He's got the right idea where he wants to be, but he wants to be over further.
Correct. Now John was pointing right here. He leaves Liz a chance. If they leave a Yellowstone there, Liz can take her blue rock and strike these 2 and get them out and sit 3. So ideally, you got to be kind of Christmas tree here. You got to be second rock right there behind that one is a safer spot for it to be. Actually, a bad spot wouldn't be horrible to try and draw behind this one and sit 1-2.
Even the way that's buried, even though it's behind T-line, what if you froze to it?
Not bad. Not bad.
Because it's still buried enough, it's hard to hit with any weight.
Right. And you make Liz draw with her last rock. That's not a bad shot either.
And you try and draw between those two, and if you're a little heavy, you freeze to the back yellow.
Yep.
And this is starting to move.
Got a lot of weight. Ton of weight.
Oh, he's got his,
Might take herself out in the back.
no, he's going to. Oh, needed to sweep a little bit more.
1 and 2.
If they'd swept that just a little bit more
Yeah.
to come down and actually, even if they tapped that yellow or froze to it.
Last rock of the fourth end here for Liz Cato without hammer. Ahead 5-0. She can flop one right on both of these. She takes them both out of play and sits possibly 1 and 2 if she moves them both back a little bit. And she wants to throw a draw here, I think.
Yeah, if she draws right down into that little pocket.
Yeah, it's perfect. Marina's playing for 1. That's the call. Calls to draw down.
Right, that way you give yourself cover for a takeout.
Yep. Ideally, if you were heavy and you hit the rock that's the second one over and tapped it back and flopped over in front of the shot rock, same difference. There's about 3 ways of making this. Laying it right in the crotch of those two is perfect.
Coming down as the camera's looking at it, come right down to those two on the right, the back right.
Right there, you want to leave that rock. Even if you're short, a foot in front of it, it's not horrible, right?
No.
Because you're going to have to run it into something yellow to get rid of it. It would almost force Marina to draw for 1.
Yeah, this one's starting to move hard.
She threw enough weight to get it here.
It's actually going to bump.
Might be the one that I was talking about, flopping on the one on the left. Took them both out of play.
So it does give them an opportunity. Let's see. If they take that out.
Come to the nose and don't interrupt the yellow one. I'm not sure who's second and third rock there.
I think yellow's second.
Okay.
So if they come down and just to the nose of that and bump it a little bit,
Yeah.
I think they'll take 2.
Yeah, I don't see anything else to score more than that. Got to come right to the nose of, like Tim just said, just got to come right to the nose of this one right here and just tap it off the rings. And we believe these 2 rocks right here will be 1 and 2 if they're both yellow.
You tap it back about 2 stones.
Here's what it looks like from here. Right now, this is shot rock. Her shot is to come down here and get to the nose of this rock, project it off the rings, then this rock and the yellow rock in front of it will be 1 and 2 and feasibly get her back into the game. Hammer stone of the fourth end. This is a 6-end game.
Well, I think she fired a little weight on this one here. She pushed it out.
Gave it a little push, unfortunately. Still on the center line. And that's going right by everything.
No, it's gonna hit it.
Maybe. And it did.
It did. But
Wow.
just left him with 1.
So she got off the schneid. And on to the 5th end.
She had a little less weight. She didn't need that much weight.
No.
Because she really didn't need to move it off the ring. She just needed to move it back
True.
to the back 12.
Sometimes you go to throw those shots when you need, you have to make a curling shot. Sometimes the old juices get flowing and it's hard to keep that emotion in check sometimes when you're throwing those.
Or I'll say to myself, okay, you don't want to be short, so let me give it just that little bit so I'm not short.
I got backers and let me not be wide. More, if you're a little heavy and you're not wide, you still come up with the same outcome. But all seems very simple back here.
Over on sheet 1, Joe Cosentino against Mark Crane, who's subbing for Dwayne Farr. They're tied up. at 3 apiece after the 4th end. So Joe Cosentino and Mark Crane are tied.
And so go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
was just going to say, she too, Brenda Citronelli opened up a lead over John Kneen, 6-1 on sheet 2.
And we read that wrong. That blue rock that was up at the top of the 8-foot actually outcounted the yellow one, and it was a steal of 1 for Liz Cato, so it's 6-0. We thought she got a point there, but no, not. That blue rock was actually outcounting the yellow one, so that shot, regardless, was for 1. Had us both fooled. I thought the yellow rock was
so did I.
Was third rock.
I thought it was clearly.
Sometimes the angles are tough from up here too. So right now we're on a, in curling terms, what we call a snake river. And
I've never heard that one.
you never heard of Snake River? That's when you don't win an end, when the other team wins every end.
Oh. So why is it called the Snake River?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. very seldom happens.
It's a saying with no story.
Yeah. Usually I got a good story for that, but I'm not sure. I think we got somebody looking it up right now, so we're going to find out in about 2 minutes here.
We'll come back to
why
that.
it got called Snake River. But Snake River is when you don't win an end. And I think when you don't win an end, you start off with a steal and then you steal every end. That's what a Snake River is. And I don't know why it got called that, but clearly Liz has never had the Liz Cato has never had the hammer in this game. Stole 3, stole. A little toasty there for Shirley. So pretty much commanding 6-point lead here with 2 ends remaining, and be nice to see Marina get off the schneid here. We thought she did in the previous end, but was outcounted. Could be trying to remove her own stone here. I'm guessing it has to do something with the line, all the score being straight. If I had to guess, I'd say the Snake River is probably a straight river because the line of scores are straight. That's my guess. That's the best guess I have. I don't know. It very seldom happens in curling. It's not as rare as an 8-ender, but it is a rarity. We actually have one going on sheet 5 as well.
Right, sheet 5, which is Liz DiGeronimo against Donna Kaleo. Donna is ahead 5-0 over Liz.
Playing the 5th end there as well.
Let's see, the only problem with the Snake River, it's not a straight line. Snakes aren't straight, neither are rivers.
Snake River looks like this, so that's not why either. But good luck trying to find it by Googling.
I'm fishing for fishing for Snake River here.
You better fish for somebody else that's heard of it besides you. Maybe it isn't anything.
It's a term that I've heard for 20 years I've been playing.
Another figment of your imagination.
Indeed.
I don't know if the ice is sped up or they're...
We're just trying to keep it clean.
All of a sudden everybody's throwing through.
Not a bad idea to throw through here if you're Liz, truly. At this point, I'd be trying to peel that yellow one over there, too.
Stu Card over on sheet 6 is trailing Jim Rischel 5-4. So Jim Rischel's ahead.
Also heavy.
So what's the strategy of blanking this end?
None. What I think is Liz is being a good sport, not peeling that guard, because in any other type of competitive curling play, peeling that yellow guard all day. Goodbye. It's the only thing out there that you can draw behind, right?
Right.
Goodbye.
The only problem is if you hit that, you could actually give them a better guard with your stone.
You could.
That's kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
You could.
Now. It's tough to draw behind.
But it is drawable. It's not in the rings. Could get one behind it. This is going to be sure. This is favorable for Marina now. I don't think this rock's going to make the rings. So that's perfect for Marina now.
What you don't
now there's two things to draw behind.
What you don't want to be is short in this one.
Mm-mm.
So now you just put up a center guard.
And smartly not drawing to the center. She's going to go behind her own back there. Well, we're rooting for Team Marina to make one here.
So why not go behind center? Explain to me the logic.
If you want to play for two, you go behind the corner. Then they go behind. You freeze. You're only playing for one. Right? If you let the other team go behind there, you're only playing for one.
Well, if you go behind,
they freeze to you. In other words.
Well, if you go behind the corner, they can freeze to you there.
They could. It's a tougher shot. And this is hot also. Maybe the ice did speed up. I'll tell you what, they're really struggling with weight right now. It's also hot. That's gone. Oh, it might hang around. Hang around. There we go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, John. It's a good shot.
See, now you do freeze to that one because it's... All right. She's asking which one you want to do. Freeze or go to the center? This one, again, you want to freeze or tap it.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be short.
No, I mean, you can be in front of it and be shot rock, right?
Well,
you be a foot in front of it.
Shot. You got to be shot.
Yeah. He's got a perfect shot.
Oh, it's got a curl quite a bit, so it's heavy.
Boy, I tell you what, it might go by it.
It is.
Yeah, it's going by it. Wow.
It's too heavy.
Right in between them, Marina. Yeah, right in between them. You don't want to be short here. You need points, so you got to come. The ideal spot for this rock is to curl right down in here and put it right half behind this yellow one. It looks toasty. Maybe not. It's a little hot. It's going to be right in the middle of the... It's going right through. That's too bad for John. He really needed to keep that on the ring somewhere. And didn't happen. Liz will try a freeze down. She's going to try and throw the shot that I was just explaining and drawing up for, that we were hoping John threw. And that would be, whoops. That would be, come right down, right in here, kind of half behind this one.
Yeah, she actually tapped her broom for a freeze, so any place for a draw down to a freeze would be good.
Okay. No hammer, the pro side misses short, except shot rock.
Just got to be careful you don't come down and not be shot rock.
And or bounce, just a little tap and leave yourself in the open. Leave yourself open for a multiple end at that point.
Tap and roll out a little bit.
Sure.
Not leave yourself shot.
Right.
Because there's a dozen ways to miss it, and there's. It looks a little heavy too.
Sure does.
Going to
I'm
tap
going
it.
to tap it out. I'm going to tap it out.
It's okay.
That's fine.
Keeps her streak alive.
Yep.
So now John's going to have to hit, or
freeze.
Or freeze.
Yep.
Is it just an illusion? Is it harder to freeze when it's out in the middle than it is when it's over on the side?
No, but it's the hardest shot in the game. It's the perfect weight, perfect broom, you know, perfect sweep sometimes if you need to get it there the last few feet. Don't want to bounce. So many little variables in a.
I guess it just seemed like the one Liz was trying to freeze to would be easier because this one you could actually over curl and hurt yourself.
Entirely possible.
Liz's, it was tough to over curl without hitting it.
Mm-hmm. Rena looking to freeze down to it. Looks like she's got weight for a tap here. Definitely plenty of weight.
That's going to go.
Might get a hit and roll underneath her own guard here.
Yes, she did. Nope, not enough for a roll though.
And Liz will hit that. Try to give Marina one. Unless she rolls right underneath the guard. Last rock for Liz Cato in the fifth end. No hammer here, had 6-0 over Marina Taverne. And she might be on her own guard.
She is.
And in fact, she is. So she's going to leave the door open here for multiple end here for Marina. Just got to hit the rings with her last draw. And she'll get a deuce.
You did this about 3 ends ago.
Yeah.
Frank giving Marina a little positive encouragement. You got this one.
Just got to hit the rings. I'd almost be tempted to try and chip that one on and roll. You just got to move it a foot and flop over. It's a hard shot, but down 6. Weight's right. Weight's all there.
At least they won't be shot out.
Don't need no sweeping. This may go through. It's hack weight. Unless it hits her own. It's got to hit something. Oh, I don't know. Oh.
Schaefer's going to leave it there, and then they're going to try and...
Good sport, Schaefer.
Yep.
So they got off the Schneid and they got the deuce. It's 6-2 after 5.
So I have to remember that one. I have to ask Jim, did you run out of energy there, or just being a nice guy?
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
So we are down to the last end of the Kings Cup 2019 here in the Utica Curling Club. We have a couple of events left. We actually have our Allen League, men's league, the second from the top of the men's ladder. There's going to be a championship game for the Allen medal this year between the rink of Dean Kelly and the rink of Eric Crumma. That occurs on Monday night at 7 o'clock, and we'll be here calling that game live. And then, of course, the following weekend is our Rose Bonspiel, where we curl and we party and we shut the compressors off and skate around on the ice.
The official toasting of the compressor.
Indeed. Got to have a little wee dram for that one. So she's getting her center guard up here. This is great. Got to have that center guard up. A couple of them. Needs 4 to tie, does Marina. And a perfect center guard delivered there from Shirley Marsh. Curled well all evening. And this is going to be this is going to fall in the hands of Marina if it makes the hog line. Might not make the hog line. That's going to make the hog line too. This is right in the pocket for Marina here. You want to get guards up in the center with no hammer down 4. Now you can come around and start trying to get some rocks on the rings here. You need 4, so you can't get. You got guards up now, so you want to get something on the paint or the decal, as they are now. Tight line. This is also going to be another guard. This might come out the other side. Wow. Going to give Liz a target to shoot at. Asking Ray if he'd like to draw or take out. And he's opting to draw. There's a curler there. He likes to draw. Said, I don't want to take that rock out. Let's stuff one here. All night he's had great draw weight, so this might be a little toasty.
Oh, yeah.
A little hot. It's your friend, Marina. Just take it off the 4-foot and leave it. That's perfect for you.
Good draw, though.
Yeah, good shot. Sure looks light.
Yeah, it is.
I believe he hogged it.
What could be worse as they get over it? That's
Well, without hammer, it's not bad. You just got to go for the rings now. It's, you got to get rocks on the rings if you're Marina. Your guards are in place here. Now, if Liz gets one to the top of the 4-foot behind these it's going to be next to impossible to get more than one. Could still outdraw it.
That might take their own out if it curls in.
Which is not a bad thing.
Well, she opted to sweep it by. That is an interesting. Should she have let it come down and take out her own blue?
Wouldn't have been a bad thing.
Just so there's no backers there?
Nope, wouldn't have been a bad thing at all.
Because the instinct is to try and score a point, but you don't need a point.
Exactly.
At this point, you don't need anything.
Nope. And she's got last rock. Sitting one back there. Nope, taking that out would have been okay. It's like Frank adjusted his weight here pretty good. Got to go, though. Got to go really hard, though.
Oh, boy, they don't want to leave that short.
Nope, and they did. Got to touch paint with it. Got to touch the paint if you can. And I don't know. Not quite.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't know if we can tell from this angle or not. It's tough to tell. It doesn't look like it, though.
Now, would you go back and try and get that yellow out of there? Just
yes.
Maybe she's just playing to the strength of her players.
That's
still.
correct. You hit it on the head.
Well, now she's guarding her yellow.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is you can't score with nothing in there, so if you get rid of that yellow.
Right. And that's the call in front of the tee line. If you're going to do anything with that blue one, you want to get it off the rings.
You want to draw and use that as a backer if you do.
Sure. Yeah. But you got to move it far enough to out count. You want to be 1 and 2, right?
Oh, that's straight. Well, they got four
Top
rocks.
4 is okay.
Four rocks left.
Got 4 rocks left, exactly.
One in the house.
Yep.
One possible to get in the house while it's undercover.
Top 4, top 4, top 4, top 4. Top button, top 4, hope for a miss, top button, top 4, tie game, play an extra end. Miss, miss, miss. 4 makes and 4 misses. But you got to be in front of the tee, in front. You got to out count this blue one, but you want to be in front of the tee line. This is not here.
No, I think it is.
Wow, they willed it there. They willed it right till it stops. Go, go, go. Great shot from John. Beauty. Okay. Could be 1 and 2.
He utilizes his sweepers.
Yes, he does.
You got the Schaefer. Hit something.
Little thin double there. Just hit an inch of that yellow rock with board weight. You get them both. Boom, boom. Why not?
It's really moving.
Might chip it out. Might chip off the top yellow one and roll it in. Might chip it off and roll it in. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's exposed though. This is crunch time here. They got 3 left or 2.
3.
They got 3 left.
I think John's still. Oh.
Marina took her slider off like she was sliding. He's got another rock, doesn't he? I'm looking at 3 rocks down there. He's got another rock. Go easy there, Marina. You get your turn.
And John's got a second shot.
This is huge. This is huge. Do you go for the double here? Boom, boom. Double, you sit 3, hope for a miss. Just hit this thing on the handle. Just off nose, boom, boom. They both go bye-bye and you sit 3. You might even roll it underneath, you know, or on the outside.
You've got to be careful with hitting it and not getting the double and rolling out.
Right. It looks wide. It's coming now, though.
Yeah, it's going to come.
Don't want to jam it on the other one. This is nice. I'll tell you what, he's got a beauty here. Might jam it on the back one.
Yes,
Go, Marina. Go, 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 go. Okay. It's not horrible. It's actually second rock.
Sitting 2.
Had to come up just a little more to get the double.
Yeah.
You can still get to this rock.
I would think you still want to get rid of something here.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Make the double here, the game's over. Just looking for a hit and roll here.
If he's a little wide, he can get the back one. He doesn't want to be
What you don't want to do is run the yellow one onto the blue one in the back and lose your shooter and leave him sitting 3. That you don't want to do. Hit half a rock on the outside, it's coming right to this blue one.
No, he's out far enough. Oh boy, she's looking at that.
I don't know. Oh my goodness.
Well, you got
Okay.
it. So
Okay.
They're sitting 2 and 3.
You got to
One-
tap
one-
it back though,
1
John.
and 3.
You can't freeze to this rock. It's second rock. You got to tap it back. You can't. Freezing to this does nothing. Except take that rock out of play. You got to move it a foot and sit 1, 2, 3. Right?
Right.
You can't just freeze to it.
He's got to tap it back.
You got to tap it back a foot. If it winds up back on the U of club, you're in business. If you freeze to it, you just won the game for blue. Got to get it by. If it's by, up. Go, don't let it crash. Go! Go, go, go. Not enough. Maybe. Oh my God, she made it. That's tremendous. 1, 2, 3 is yellow. Oh, what a great shot. Marina Taverne with a very clutch shot.
Yep. Actually made it by cleanly.
Yeah.
Now we need some song clips and we can play "I'm All Right" by the Caddyshack.
The little guy dancing. Oh boy, make one here. This is the money ball here for Liz. If she freezes to the back one, game's over. We've seen strange things in curling, though.
Oh, yeah.
It could be a pick, could be a missed shot. You know, could flash it. Leave Marina sitting. Marina have to dunk her last one in there to make 4. Would be fitting for the championship game.
So if you're throwing this, you're going to try and freeze, you're going to try and tap that back.
Yes. I think you throw in your mind either or, and if you're a little heavy, tap it back.
Right.
The line is everything, right? Just don't want to leave it short.
You don't want to throw it too heavy with that.
Right.
That much broom either.
I think she's got a beauty.
It's waiting a lot to come in, though.
A beauty. Got a beauty. Game, set, and match. Very nicely thrown there from Liz. And that's the game, folks. I don't see 4 out there to tie.
No, not really.
There's no 4 here. Can only be 3. It's her last rock. It's just not there, folks. They can look all day. It's not there. There's no 4 out there.
Even if you split that top one in, it's still not going to outcount
Nope.
the other blues.
Not at all. Okay. Congratulations to the rink of Karen Barnes, who is in Arizona curling. Liz Cato subbed for her tonight as a skip. And Jim Schaefer, Emilio Mastrangelo, and Ray Straub. Very congratulations to that. They are the King's Cup champs. And first event semifinalists. Marina Taverne. And the rink of John Darch, Frank Kopit, and Shirley Marsh. Again, Monday night we have the final game of the Allen between Dean Kelly and Eric Krumma for that medal. And Marina's finishing the game here with a button draw. Very fitting. Very, very nicely thrown. Liz does not have to throw her last rock here, I don't believe. Because she's sitting 3. Don't have to throw. And then our Rose Bonspiel is next weekend. And congratulations all around to the curlers. This is Dave Craig-Nolan on behalf of Tim Comboy. I'm going to say goodnight from the Utica Curling Club, and we'll see you Monday night at 7 o'clock for the Allen final.